How did you find out your SO was cheating on you? My wife tried calling and didn't hang up once it went to voicemail. She accidentally left a 245 VM. The VM consisted of her and her BF talking shit about me and how much happier she was with him. At the time I was home with our kids and I thought she was 1,800 miles away to be with her dying father. 2 years later we are divorced and her father is still alive. Something similar happened with a girl I was dating. I had just started dating her and she already had a trip to Vegas planned with her girlfriends. She left me a Baddale voicemail at around 2 AM of her banging a guy. Turns out it was the guy she was dating. I was the other guy. Since I had just started dating her, I didn't really care and just used her for sex. After a couple months she said I was an asshole because I never stopped dating other people. I never hid it from her and that she was such a sweet girl and was only dating me. It was pretty funny to see her face when I played the voicemail. Okay, look, I know you've been cheating on me. I haven't been cheat. It's okay. It's okay. I've been cheating on you too. The duck. Been 12 years and it's still got me good. What the duck? She sent me a picture of herself in the bath, then sent me a message afterwards saying oops, wrong person. She was special kind of stupid tbh. This is advanced stupidity. Thank God Op found out before she could spread her offspring. I drove 2 hours to surprise him at college on a long weekend and straight up found him in bed with the girl he specifically told me not to worry about. Duck you Ashley and your stupidly nice Latina ass. Edit. Thanks for the lovely inboxes. No, I'm not still with him. That relationship ended over a year ago. No, I don't have pictures of Ashley's ass. No, I don't have pictures of Ashley's ass. Crying shame sad face. My first clue was when I walked into the house and saw her drug dealer jacking off in our kitchen while she watched, topless. What was the second clue? When he brushed by and stunned me and said, we didn't do anything, but we were gonna. Did you have a third clue? Blue and Steve always have 3. I would have to say, when the dealer's partner showed moments later with provisions for a gangbang. That would definitely be a third clue, I guess. Awful night. She needed a new phone, so I put it in my name. Since I was working, 2 hours after leaving the store and having lunch with me joking about how excited she was to get married, I found a photo reel full of pictures she had been exchanging with her ex whilst transferring her stuff to her new phone. I put 2 and 2 together and opened her text inbox in surprise. She had been texting him for months and f***ing him for a few weeks. Nice bullet dodge, Nia. Makes you wonder how psycho some people are. To not only do that behind your back and still live with themselves, but then to have the audacity to say things such as how much she is excited to get married to you. WTF. Someone sent me a video footage of my ex with someone I did not need to worry about. Shit leaves you devastated. As soon as the words you don't need to worry about them come out of their mouth, my brain's alarm bells go ringing. I wasn't going to worry until you brought up the idea that I might have a reason to worry. I trust my SO a lot, but this thread has got me paranoid for the moment. Honestly man, there are a lot of people you probably really don't need to worry about. Like, honestly, what would be the right thing to say if you had a opposite gender friend who you absolutely didn't want to get with? I'd probably say it's someone you don't have to worry about in that situation too. I mean, what else can you really say in that situation? Of course, maybe adjust priorities so that the SO is still the number 1 person in your life, but there's a lot of sincere don't have to worry about cases. If you trust your SO, then it doesn't matter who they're with for romantic scenarios, at least. That is not murdery/dangerous scenarios. Double-way trust is really important. Her boyfriend got tired of being the other guy and he, rudely, told me everything I needed to know. Same happened to me, but in my case he forwarded me emails where they exchanged nudes. Found out I was being cheated on and had to see that dick stick. That was his real goal. He wanted to show you his dick. Now I hate him even more. She pulled out her phone to take a video at my son's birthday celebration and there was a text on the phone saying I love you too. Duck Jess. Edit. For those asking, I knew the dude and was aware of it being his contact. I'm not telling the entire story here, but I knew. I counted the pictures. This was in 2000, before everyone had a camera on their phone. and you had to get your holiday snaps developed at the Walgreens photo lab. She brought home the pictures of her vacation to see her old high school friend in Vegas, but there was something missing. See, back in the day the rolls of film were made up of exposures of 12, 24, 36 pics, etc. depending on the film you bought. I went through the photos, and it didn't add up. Literally, the 24 exposure roll only had 18 pics. Eventually I found the remaining photos, her and the new boyfriend looking happy. I hope you became cop after that, because that's some detective skills. I'm ashamed to say it would have passed right over me without seeing anything. Sometimes in a roll you would only get back 80% of the pictures as some would be overexposed or damaged. Yeah, but you get the negatives and it's easy enough to tell if that was actually the case. Left her Facebook logged in on my phone, and I woke up to a lot of messages from the guy. It was supposed to be a trip to see her family. This was 3 days ago. Edit. Thanks everyone for the kind wishes. I should clarify, this is my wife, and we've been married for less than a year. The upside is we have separate property and nothing joined. I have taken this as a learning experience. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but I guess you could say I've grown up a lot from this. There was a quote another user showed me that really stuck out to me. Red flags look normal when you're wearing rose-colored glasses. There was a lot of sketchy things going on, and because of this, I was sure I had to leave for my own mental health, as well as because I can't trust her. But, to anyone else going through this, stay strong. It gets better. I'm in a new town with literally zero friends here, and I'm still finding a way to move on. One step, one day at a time. Feel free to message me, anyone, if you want to talk, not just about this but about anything. Life can feel very lonely, especially when people have chosen sides on this. Stay strong all, I believe in you. Edit. I'm slowly working through my inbox, because I really do want a chance to say hi to everyone that messaged me. So, also, thank you for messaging me. It really does make things seem less lonely, and I appreciate every one of you. AWH man, I hope you're okay lad. Really wouldn't wish this upon anyone. My coworker told me he saw her being carried to her car at 4 AM by another coworker of mine. She left this part of the story out when she stumbled home drunk that night. Confronted her, she confessed they made out. Fast forward to present day, and I'm still trying to recover from what she did to me. After this kiss she kept going with him, and eventually ducked him twice. She told me both times. I literally had to walk into my apartment one day to find her in bed with him. I quit my job, we all worked together, and we broke up finally. That was 3 months ago. I'm still ducked up. She was my best friend and all of a sudden set out to destroy me. Far out, man. That last sentence really hit home. You and I, buddy, we'll get through this. He gave me all his passwords when we first moved in. I didn't want them, but he insisted on it. And then he'd start asking me to answer some emails from time to time, because it was stuff he didn't want to deal with. So I guess I was like his secretary. Anyway, once he was away on business, and I decided to check his email. Found all kinds of Craigslist hookup replies. He was trying to hook up with someone while he was out of town. I confronted him when he got home, and he had the nerve to say I should feel sorry for him because it turned out none of them were real women, just webcam sites and stuff, so he didn't get laid. He was jealous because if I posted on Craigslist as a woman, I'd have my pick of guys. What a winner. He knows he can make another ML account for free, right? I mean, I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's so easy to hide something like that. It's almost like he wanted you to see it. My super genius ex-wife bitched about the cost of our joint cell phone bill. She told me I'm using it too much. I never used it, except to call her phone, which was free. So I looked over the bill and found the number to the dude she was cheating with. Shsadumbus. Lol, that's hilariously stupid. I already was suspicious for a few months that something was going on with her new coworker, but she always said I was just jealous and there was nothing to worry about. One night she told me she is going out with a bunch of coworkers, including him. I don't like the idea, but I can't force her to not go. So I watch her shave her whole body, put her best clothes on and some perfume. She never used perfume. She had bought it recently. I wait for her, drowning my thoughts in vodka all night. She doesn't come home until 4 in the morning when I finally fall asleep. When I wake up the next day she acts like nothing happens. I decide to believe her and let it go. Fast forward 3 days later. I'm at an important convention for work and her coworker's wife calls me in tears because a friend of hers had seen them in a bar, fully getting it on. I call my GF and she just says she doesn't know what to tell me. Turns out it was a date, not a get together with all the coworkers. So I'm completely falling apart at this venue, trying desperately to hold myself together until I can excuse myself and cry hysterically behind the building. The coworker's wife was a childhood friend of my GF and the two had just married a few weeks ago. In Vegas and all. Her parents paid for everything. I was together with my GF for almost 8 years at that point. The cheaters are now happy together and have a family. I still hope that one day one of them will cheat on the other and they have a dirty divorce. I will celebrate with champagne when the day comes. Similar to your story, I knew my longtime boyfriend was cheating when we got into an argument and he wanted to storm out of the apartment, but first took a shower, dressed up, then splashed on cologne. At 7 p.m.,